Hello, DemiDon is back with a return of my Katawa Shoujo review. This is the third part of a review in which we'll be focusing on Shizune and her story arc. There won't be any huge spoilers, just as there weren't in any other parts, so here we go. Shizune is a girl who happens to be deaf. She can only communicate with others through sign language. I really can't pinpoint a character very well, so I'll try my best. She's very passionate and competitive. She's the Student Council President of Yamaku High and has a somewhat overbearing authority when it comes to her role. Actually, she seems so aggressive to the point where she practically scared most of the previous members of the Student Council away. So now, there only exists 3, including yourself. Those members are you, Shizune, and her interpreter, Misha. I will speak on Misha another time. Anyway, as I had said, Shizune is very competitive, to the point of pretty much turning almost any situation into a game. Sometimes she manipulates scenarios to try and purposely make it into a competitive game. And upon just being acquainted with her, she would usually have these games come with a prize for the winner and a punishment for the loser. Wah wah wah. Anyway, when you become a member of the Student Council, you're pretty much taxed to do a lot of hard work, and Shizune is no pushover. She doesn't like people who are lazy and slack off. But that seems obvious enough from what I'm telling you, right? Shizune does a lot of hard work along with you, so you're not alone. In fact, Shizune would work all by herself if she feels that the task isn't too difficult. Though if it were me, I'd probably be too lazy to care. Anyway, you won't be finding much time to talk to her when you're working, since she can only communicate with her hands, and if you do eventually learn sign language, it is still too difficult to find the time to do that. Of course, this is really apparent during the preparation for the school festival. Now you're probably wondering the reasons why she does these things, why she's so aggressive and so competitive, and quite frankly, I think it is because this is pretty much how she's been taught all her life. I'm guessing she gets this from her father, Jigoro, who, quite frankly, I can't stand. He's like the worst type of adult figure you'd want to bother conversing with. Gladly, though, Shizune doesn't get too much from her father. Anyway, Shizune, whether she seems to look it or not, doesn't really have any goals in life other than to be the best at anything and everything, even at the cost of individuals and teammates. A very unsettling thought, but this is just how she is. Now, even though I say this, she's not mean, but stern and strict. She always looks very calculating and serious. Well, she is serious most of the time, but she has her jokes every once in a while, to the point where she can be even sarcastic, despite never being able to hear sarcasm. I'm trying to figure out how that works, but, whatever. Shizune's story arc was, to me, somewhat serious and honest, with some comedic relief, thanks to Misha, because seriously, I don't think I would be able to finish this story arc with just her. Maybe. Anyway, and the real disturbing part, personally, was that she reminded me a lot of my aunt. Very business-oriented, except she can't hear. But it was a nice story, and had some moments to consider remembering, and her character was really good too. She was very interesting, and meeting her dad was pretty cool too. Despite not liking his personality, he did add some comedic flavor to her story arc. You'd have to play to understand what I mean. But anyway, this about wraps up Shizune's character, though not entirely her story arc, because I still have to talk about Misha, even though she's not a character you end up pairing with. She does appear as practically Shizune's other half, so anyway, my name is DemiDon, and I hope you enjoyed this review, and the focus on Shizune's character. Trigger your gamer integrity for the future of gaming, and I'll see you all in the next video. Farewell.